Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 68 of the Hearts of Midlothian save, our bid to obviously get the club to the top of Scottish football. And today it's a huge episode because we host FC Benfica, or SL Benfica, isn't it, in the Champions League. We also have Basel to play. If we win our last two games, we will get through the group. So it's absolutely huge. And we're going to warm up for that with a game against Inverness in the league. Now, if you do see my jacket moving around here, it's because today we have a special guest. If I can kind of show you here. Ellie has decided to join us. She's not usually this sort of a cat. So there we go. Very confusing. I'm not quite sure why Ellie is sitting on me here. But yeah, if you do see stuff moving around, don't panic. It's just the cat. Now, before we get to the games, let's have a quick look at how we've got on since last episode, starting with our match against Dundee United. Jack Lancaster wriggled free of the defence to give us an early lead. Copping doubled our lead from a corner moments later, before Hartford found McDonald in the area, who turned and finished well to give us a 3-0 lead. We fell asleep and Dundee pulled one back immediately, but Cameron restored our 3-goal lead in the first half stoppage time. So there we go. This was a very good Dundee United team. Remember, they were third in the league when we played them at the end of last episode. It was Lancaster, Copey, McDonald and Inverness Cameron that got the goals, so that was good stuff. They got one back, but as you saw, did we score? They must have got that straight back, didn't they? Anyway, it was all in the first half, all the goals. It was a scintillating performance, and it was just really, really, really good. Next up, we went and we played Aberdeen. We never got going in this one, and our poor performance was summed up by the game's only goal. This was just one of those games, unfortunately. It was one of those days, and one of those days we can't really afford to have if we're going to beat Celtic to the league. You can see it was a relatively even game. We never looked like scoring, to be honest. And when you saw the goal we conceded, it was an absolute outrage. You right there? Yeah, so unfortunately that was... I mean, if we dropped a point, or if we got a point out of Aberdeen, you could have maybe said, oh, it was okay, you know, you get a point on the road. But yeah, we just wasn't even to be. And as you can see on the league table, it does mean Celtic are ahead of us. Oh, you going, Ellie? Okay, bye. It does mean Celtic are ahead of us. We do still have a game in hand, but we've lost that nice advantage that we had where we were top of the table and had a game in hand. But anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. Let's go and have a look at the team we're sending out to face Inverness, Caledonian Thistle here. We are at home. You can see we've been a little bit inconsistent, which I don't like. But we are having to rotate the team constantly with the amount of fixtures that we have. Inverness aren't the team they were last year. You can see they're struggling down towards the bottom of the league. If we have a look at what we're expecting from them here, they are an adventurous, direct style. John Robinson is their manager. Is that the guy that used to be assistant at Aston Villa, I wonder? No, it is not. I think I said that last season, didn't I? And if we have a look at what we're expecting from them here, this is how we're expecting them to play, I believe. There's their heat map, their passing network, and their key passes. And with Benfica very much in mind, this is the team that we're sending out. Teddy Smith goes in goal. It's Mitchell, it's O'Connor, Proctor, and Lang as a back four. Hickey and Turnbull go in midfield. Brewster, back fit, comes in on the right with Buckley and Lancaster. We're going to give Colin McNeil the game up top. Uche's not really doing it, so he's on the bench. And I'm thinking Innes Cameron will probably start in Europe. So they have changed things up a little bit more defensive than perhaps we were expecting, but that should be okay. Hopefully we won't get ourselves caught out here. They're probably going to look to play on the break if they're playing like that. Robertson says go out there and prove a point. You should be winning this one fairly comfortably. I don't usually like saying that. Teams such as ours should be winning. Let's give the fans the performance they're expecting. I'm thinking that's maybe the best one to go with here. We'll go with some calm. We have faith. It's very much the second string, but we've seen before the second string can do a job. It's very harsh calling Dimitri Mitchell second string, of course, but in this context, he's sort of the league player, because we do just want a more solid defensive player when we play in Europe. But yeah, this team should be more than capable of getting the job done. Hopefully we rebound nicely from that Aberdeen result, which, like I say, they're the sort of results that are really, really going to hurt us. And it was the performance as much as the result. You know, you could see by the player ratings, Lancaster's already got a booking. That's not ideal. He goes on a bit of a run. He's done well to keep possession there. I thought he was going to run into a cul-de-sac. Spreads it out there for Lang. Lang in there for Hickey, who has been disappointing this year. I'd really like to see a big performance from him here. If we can get that, that would be great. Lang in for Brewster. The Brewster's back. He gets it headed away. Hickey, come on, boys. Come on. This is good pressure. Nice ball in there for Buckley. Buckley for Lancaster. Lancaster finds space for a shot and puts it in the back of the net. Jack Lancaster, he's found his scoring boots. 8 goals now this season for him. Coming into that left side. I tell you what, between him and Clare on that left-hand side, we must have 20 goals this season already. We are just absolutely ruthless down that left-hand side. I don't know if it's Mitchell overlapping as well, which maybe is giving them space inside, to be fair. Cheeky finish from Lancaster, wasn't it? I was expecting him to go far post. I think everybody was, and he snuck it in the near post. That is excellent stuff. Let's demand a little bit more. Lancaster now with the corner. It's headed away. Is there Buckley? What a finish on the volley that is! A third goal of the season for him. And considering we signed him with a bit of a punt to see if maybe he'll come off, maybe he won't. I tell you what, 3 goals already this season. He's coming off, isn't he? It was a good finish too, wasn't it? Headed away, but look at that. Reactions, and that's a fantastic finish. It's even better in slow motion on the replay, isn't it? 6 minutes in, we're 2-0 up, and this is looking good. Let's not say it's done just yet, because let's face it, it's not. But it's looking good right now. You know, when you've got defending to do here, I think I did see in all that excitement Celtic had taken the lead as well, but you would expect that Teddy Smith does okay there. You would expect Celtic to win most games, wouldn't you? That's what makes that Aberdeen result. I don't want to bang on about it too much, but that's what makes it so disappointing. And it was one of those games, you know, I mean, we've all played them, where you just know you're going to lose. You just know you're going to lose. You're not playing well. The other team is not particularly playing well either. And just the manner of the goal was just absolute. It was rage quit territory is what it was. There we go, Mitchell. Good ball in. It's headed away. Headed away again. We should pick that up again with Hickey. Hickey is looking a lot better this game, isn't he? Playing as a deep line playmaker too, so he does have a little bit more space. Good ball for Brewster. Back post and just headed wide. Maybe that's something. I think we have been playing him sort of more in the box-to-box, more advanced role, haven't we? So maybe that's a lesson learned here for me, is if we are going to use Hickey, just play him as a deep line playmaker, let him sit back in space and direct the show. Here we go with Lang in space, now back post, Lancaster's there, it's headed away, Turnbull back in towards goal, oh, it's bouncing around, and that is just luck. It's probably an own goal, I'm going to suspect, of Kai Kennedy, and we'll take it, we will not complain about it, but very much a lucky goal, that one. Let's give them some praise now, we're 3-0 up. Very, very lucky though. It was just headed away. Turnbull with the header back in. It's just one of those things, isn't it? What's Ellie doing over there? She's fine. Ellie's decided she likes the beanbag, so if you hear noise in the background, it's just her getting comfortable on the beanbag now. It's really, really weird. I mean, we've seen Ellie before on the channel where she just like marches up the stairs, announces herself, and jumps in. She's not feeling too good right now. Both our older cats have picked up cat flu off the younger one, so they both got really bad sore throats, and they both look kind of sick, to be honest. Not very good. Mitchell, it's Brewster, and Brewster makes it 4-0. This is a walk in the park now, isn't it? Yes, I don't know if Ellie's feeling sick and she's just like, sicking. She doesn't, like, she's very independent, and just the last couple of days, she's just been coming up and just sitting on me. So, yeah, that's the cat update. But the important thing here is that at 4-0 after 26 minutes, this is route territory now, isn't it? Let's give him some more praise. And we have our young McLean on the bench. We might look to give him a game. I'm wondering if it might be a good one for Uche too. Try and get him into a bit of form. He is unhappy, and what's difficult about that is that I can't talk to him. Brewster again, it's off the crossbar, is it? It's a free kick. He's unhappy, so which means I can't talk to him. There's no one in the club that he's particularly close to, so I can't get anybody else in the club to talk to him. So we're just kind of waiting for him to realise that Lancaster wasn't signed to replace him. But he's just taking a little bit of time to come around to that, and in the meantime, he's not particularly playing well. Aberdeen's taking the lead against Rangers. That would be a good result for us, I think. I'm pretty sure that, and they're a man down Aberdeen as well, so that's quite the upset coming there. If Aberdeen can take points off those teams, the Glasgow teams, then it doesn't make our result away look quite so bad. Let's give it an assertive, don't get complacent. As I always say, we can celebrate at full time, not beforehand. We'll tell Lancaster not to get himself sent off. The fact that it's a very comfortable game, actually, I'm wondering if it might be a wise thing to do to just take him off. We do have McDonald on the bench. I did almost put one of our youngsters, that young Aaron Anthony Turner, I think it is, on the bench. The really, really highly rated left winger, but I didn't, and I'm instantly regretting that now. Let's wait until it comes of this highlight. Buckley back for Lancaster. It's a good ball for Hickey in some space. Can he move a shot in? No. Tell you what, that didn't look a good pass, but it's got to Lang. It's there. It's back post. It's Lancaster. That is a good finish as well, as Rangers draw level. 9 goals this season now for Lancaster, and it is a bit of a pickle. Do we pick Lancaster or Clare at this left wing position? If we're honest, Clare's goals have joined up a little bit lately. So I'm getting to the point now, Lancaster's looking more and more comfortable in the team. I'm getting to the point where do we go with Lancaster now over... Lancaster's picked up a knock. Let's take him off for no other reason than I'm seriously considering him. I know he's on a hat-trick. I'm seriously considering him for the Benfica game. So we'll just leave that there for now. Just dwell on that for a second. Let's bring on young Lindsay McLean. Buckley's had a decent game, a 9.2. So we'll give the youngster a little bit more game time here, a little bit more game experience. Is there anything else we might want to do here? Let's praise them. I don't necessarily think there is. Let's give Uche a game. Let's see if we can get him in the goals here. McNeil is still finding his way back to match fitness as well. He's been on the bench, you may have noticed a lot, which means he hasn't played that much in the under-23, so his match fitness is a little bit off what it could be. Still a minute to go, normal time here, so this is a proper highlight. It'd be such a shame to give away the clean sheet now. Come on, boys, play to the end. Play to the end. Can we win this ball back? It's a decent shot. I tell you what, it would have been the goal of the game if it had gone in. But it has drifted just past the post. And with 45 seconds to go, there might be another goal night here for us if we've nicked it with Mitchell. Here we go with Uche. Back for Hickey. I've been much... Let me know... Commentator's curse. Just about to say I have been much more impressed with Hickey this game, and he goes and does that. So now if this isn't the end of the game highlight, it's likely to be a goal for them, isn't it? It's a horrible pass. Don't know why you're clapping that, mate. That was shocking. And this is going to be the game. Well, a nice little warm-up, that one, for the Champions League, wasn't it? 5-0 against struggling Inverness. But as I said, we saw last year that they are a decent team. So that's a pretty good result there, I think, but we can't get complacent. So there we go, 5-star Hearts triumph. So the Hazard deal has been made permanent now. He's played enough games, so he'll be leaving us permanently at the end of the year. But I think that's fine. With Maurice coming in, it's just good to get rid of those wages. He's a good backup, but like I say, I think we have a better play for the future there. Buckley was quite good. Let me know what you think of Buckley. He's not first choice. He's not better than Hartford, that is for sure. If Hartford was to leave to a bigger club, then I'm not sure that he's even... I think he'll never be anything more than a backup. I think he'll probably end up being back up to McLean. But let me know what you think. He's certainly playing well for us, and that's as good as we can ask for here. I don't know why I'm doing the press conference, guys. Wait, right there. We'll be back for the Benfica game. Alright, welcome back, and here we go. We are at home against Benfica. We are not the favourites. Now, we put up a decent fight against them last time. We ended up losing 4-1, but I thought we were at least their equals, and that was away from home. So while this isn't going to be easy and we shouldn't necessarily expect to win, I kind of expect to win, or I hope to win anyway. So Bruno Lange is still their manager, attacking standard playing style. Analysis report, they took a bit of the week off here, it looks like. So we don't really know too much about them. This is the team we're sending out. Now, it's important to note this is the last game before the break for the Winter World Cup. We have a look here. After this, our next game, we have some friendlies that we've scheduled. And our next game isn't until Boxing Day against Celtic. Guess what we're coming back for there. And then, of course, the last game of the group stage against Basel as well. Now, we have the early kickoff. So, Bâle and Barcelona play after us. So, we'll wait and see what happens here and then what happens in that result, if it's going to affect us or not. But this is a team. Teddy Smith in goal. It's Taylor, He-Hu, Coping, and Johnson as the back four. It's Cochrane and Dominguez in midfield. It's Jones. It's Hartford. Hartford, who got called up to the Scottish squad for the World Cup. Now, the big news there is Scotland made a World Cup. But we do have a player there in Lewis Hartford. So, that's going to be interesting to see. We'll keep track of that and see how he gets on at the World Cup. Claire's going to go down the left, and we are going to try Lancaster up top as a striker. Look, Claire and Lancaster are our main goal scorers. They have, 21 goals between them? I think I counted that correctly. So if we can get them both in the team, we've really got to do it. And of course, with a gap after this, with no league fixtures to worry about, we don't have to worry about having Lancaster fit to play for Claire and vice versa in the next one. So we can kind of go at it here. So this is how they're playing. We can see that there. That's what we're expecting. They got to improve a point. We can move into a qualifying. Then impress me. Is that what we want to say? Go out there. Carry on. We left on the last match. Maybe we do that. I don't know what to say here. You have a chance. We have a chance. All right. Go out there and impress me. Come on, boys. I hope that's the right thing to say. I hope that's not putting too much pressure on them. Let's see how we do here. Lancaster up top. It's at the right time to experiment. We do have Ines Cameron on the bench, so if it's not working out, we can make a change. Hopefully, that isn't the last time we hear the Champions League anthem at Tynecastle this season. Though, realistically, it's it is still tough, isn't it? Here we go with Harry Cochrane. Harry Cochrane! Oh! Harry Cochrane! Third goal of the year, 10 minutes in, and we're 1-0 up. Maybe it's not the last time we're going to hear the Champions League anthem after all. What a goal that is from Harry Cochrane. We'll demand a little bit more, and Benfica have it all to do now. We are currently going to be sitting, assuming that Barcelona beat Basel. Let's forget, they drew them in the first time they played each other, so it's maybe not a given, but you'd like to think that perhaps they would. We could find ourselves... Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've still got a long way to go here against a very, very good Benfica team. I should show you too the way we're lining up defensively here. We need to block that cross. We do. Can we launch a counter-attack? Curtis Jones, sensible boy, sensible coping. Maybe just get rid here. They're putting pressure on. That's a decent ball, is it? No, it can't find Lancaster in behind. And we look like we might be getting pinned in a little bit there. And this starts to become a long old highlight now. Can we nick this again? Oh, and I start to get nervous. A draw is not really good enough if we're going to get out of the group. Oh, it's over the bar. This is the way we're lining up defensively. Just a high line to try and stop them sort of camped outside our box. But then we're going to try and keep the lines together so they don't have space to play. We're trying to make them go sort of over the top because I get the feeling that's not how they want to play. Here we go again. It's a goal kick for Benfica. Can we put a bit of pressure on them? Now, we're obviously sitting a little bit deeper, so we're not going to put too much pressure on them here. We just need to try and pick up a loose pass, though, if we can. Almost half an hour gone. So far, so good. But we did see it was right at the end, wasn't it, of the first leg. We conceded 3 goals in the last 5 minutes when things got... We were chasing the game a little bit as well. He who does a decent tackle shot over the bar. Oh, is it going to be our day? We've seen so far... Well, show some passion here, boys. Come on. This isn't good enough. Don't like that we've got a nervous-looking Lancaster up front. Teddy Smith goes long. Can we pick up a loose ball there? Can we put some pressure on them? No, we can't. Is it just going to come back at us again? We haven't actually created anything, have we? The only highlight we've seen was the Harry Cochrane free kick. And yes, it was a brilliant piece of finishing, but... we haven't seen anything since then. It has been all Benfica. Now, this is only their 3rd highlight, so in half of football, it's not the worst. But it's wide as well. You know, we'd like to think we can offer a little bit of a threat of our own. Now, do we need to look to sit back and play on the break here, I wonder? Lancaster up front isn't necessarily working, and Claire on the left is having a bit of a poor day as well, isn't he? I mean, it's got to be Celtic absolutely spanking PSV. You see that 5-0 at half-time. What do we say to this? And it's got to be, okay, an assertive, do not get complacent. Don't think the job is done. Darnell Johnson's looking stressed. You're fine, brother. I've got to say, not good enough. Lancaster's not... That's a risk. It's a risk. He's fired up. Okay, that was a risk, but I figured if we didn't respond well to that, then we could just bring Innes Cameron on. We're just going to tell the players here that aren't playing well that we do need to see more from them this second half. Yeah, it was decent, but it wasn't decent enough. Do we look to change something? Do we look to hit them on the break? Do we look to raise the tempo, perhaps? But the thing is that we're winning the game right now. We don't necessarily need to change too much. Alright, let's just try going back to counter-attack. No, because we had more of the ball. We're having enough of the ball, so no, just forget it. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. And hope that we get something to go our way. I think the first change I want to make is... I think we'll take Claire off. We'll put Lancaster back to... Is that a penalty? I think it's outside the box. I'd love a penalty though, please, referee, if you could. I'm 90% sure. It's definitely a foul. Curtis Jones was definitely pushed over from the back, but I'd say 95% sure he was outside the penalty area though when it happened. So I'm not expecting a penalty. I'm expecting a free kick, but if we get He-Who up there, you just never know. Maybe we can get a good ball in from Cochrane. Oh, it is a penalty! Now, who's going to take it? It's Jack Lancaster. He's taken 1 or 2. Ideally, we want Turnbull to be taking it, but he's not on the field. It's Jack Lancaster. This is absolutely huge. Lancaster puts it in. He puts it in, and we're 2-0 up early in the second half. That is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Let's tell them to tighten up. I've never said that after a goal. Hopefully it'll work. But at 2-0, Oh, this is looking good all of a sudden. Come on, boys. We can only really screw it up from here, though, isn't it? They're looking frustrated. Boys, don't look frustrated. Just tighten up. Just keep your heads defensively. All right, here we go. It's a Benfica highlight, is it? Can we nick this? I'd love to see that again, actually. I might look at it in editing. I'd like to know if he was actually... I mean, obviously he was in the box because it was given by a VAR, so he must have been. It didn't look like it, though, and usually those things aren't. Oh, it's off the post. He who rushes in and clears it away. And job done, essentially. Claire is not having a good day. This might be his last highlight. There's a good ball over there for Claire. Can he stay on the pitch? Sure, it's a penalty. Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Oh, I mean, it looked more of a penalty in the first one. You do see these ones given a lot, though, don't you? Oh, can we get another penalty? Please, referee. Come on, VAR gods. Please. Oh, this is torturous. This is torturous. Come on. Come on, referee. Come on, referee. It's no penalty. Boo. All right, come on, boys. Let's demand more. That was decent from Claire, though, wasn't it? Do we just give him another 5-10 minutes here? All right. I think he's run his course. So let's take Claire off. Let's put Lancaster over. Innes Cameron up top. That all looks good. Is there anything else we want to do? I don't think so. It's almost like I'm almost shouldn't have made that sub. Like, don't touch. Oh, he who's made the error. Teddy Smith is there, and he makes a massive save. Saves he who blushes. That was not what was needed, though. Now we need to work on defending the corner here. Come on, boys. Get that away. Get that away. It's there coping for Jones. Now, we've seen Jones do wonderful things on the break before, but not on this occasion. He who now with the ball at his feet. For Cochrane, there's 20 minutes to go. Cochrane for he who. They're not really putting pressure on us. We just need to not do a silly pass here. Taylor did well to make space for the... Oh, he who's having a nightmare. We're going to have to take him off. And Teddy Smith has saved the day, but... Not he whose day. You only get one of those, mate. We'll bring Porty O'Connor on, and that will hopefully solve that problem. Come on, boys. Demand more. We're so close. We're so close. Let's start and close it down. Oh, we're closing down again. This is what we live for, isn't it? Come on, boys. I don't want to change anything. Let's just time waste, and let's just be a little bit more disciplined. We'll play for set pieces as well, because we can time waste in those. I don't want to change the tempo we're playing at. I don't want to change anything. Boys, I think we've done it. I think we've beaten Benfica. Cochrane. Oh, it's over the bar. That's all right. That wastes time. People in the crowd, hold the ball. The ball boys have gone missing. Oh, there's a minute and a half to go. Surely they're not going to score twice. If they score one, though, oh, that gets a little worrying, doesn't it? It's pass over the top. Come on, boys. We should probably be on defensive as well here. We've let him run a little bit too far for my liking, and it's 2-1. Boys, come on, tighten up. Oh, we're not going to throw it away, are we? Surely not. Do we probably have a sub to make, don't we? Let's pause. Let's make that sub. Let's make a time waster. Let's bring Dozzle on for Hartford. Let's drop Cochrane back in. And yeah, let's just really hope we're not going to throw this away. This is a massive 3 points. They will still hold the head-to-head over us because they beat us 4-1 away, of course. Waste time, boys. Waste time. Cochrane's there for Johnson. Just kick it into the stands. He goes across to face a goal. Oh, I don't sure that was needed. Just waste time, boys. Cochrane for Dominguez. And there for Lancaster. That's an intelligent pass into space as well. Back for Greg Taylor. Just go to the corner flag, mate. Go to the corner flag. It's Lancaster. It's Dominguez. Referee, a minute over. What are you doing? Blow it up. Taylor back for Cochrane. This is good. This is game management, boys. Really impressive. And we've beaten Benfica, and we are still in contention to get out of this group. I think it was a closer game than that, but we defended well, and that's the main thing. Well, he who had a couple of moments, but other than that, we defended well for the most part. It's a good win, boys. It's a really good win. Hearts, hold firm to deny Benfica. It's more money in the bank. I keep forgetting that each win is just worth an absolute fortune to us. Cochrane, he got us underway, didn't he, with that wonderful free kick. Let's have a look at what that does to the finances. It's all looking good, isn't it? It's all looking good. What we'll do, before we end this episode, we'll skip ahead and we'll see how Benfica, no, what's it called? Basel and Barcelona get on here. Because if Barcelona beat Basel, we are looking really good. And there it is. Barcelona beat Basel 2-0. That's a huge, huge result for us. Now, that head-to-head again. Imagine if we had got that penalty, it goes to 3-0. And then suddenly that head-to-head, if we got another goal, you never know what could have happened there. But as things stand, let's assume, even though they've qualified, that Barcelona beat Benfica. We're just going to assume that because it makes it better for us. All we would need is a draw against Basel. And we can get out of this group, guys. If we win, I mean, if Benfica beat Barcelona and that's what takes us out of the Champions League, then it's just not meant to be. But if we win against Basel, albeit away from home, so it won't be as easy as it was at home, we can get out of we can be the Champions League knockout rounds, and that would be absolutely stunning. But guys, that is all for today. If you have enjoyed that, and I've enjoyed that, so I certainly hope you have, do make sure you hit thumbs up, and of course, subscribe if you are new. Ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes, and we will be back. We will be back for Celtic away and Basel away. A massive, massive game in the league, albeit it's not maybe completely do or die this early in the season, but it's a big game. And then it is do or die in the Champions League. Now, before I go, I should just quickly mention there is a Bali United save as well. It's just started up. Episode 1 was yesterday. So if you're looking for something new to watch, go and check that out. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a fun time in the Indonesian League, just basically hanging out on the beaches in Bali. So until next time, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.